Hello again, Deltas. In this video, pag-uusapan natin is about info dumping and how are we going to avoid info dumping sa ating mga sinusulat. So, let's go! By the way, my name is Del Canante. I'm a published author and I'm a radio DJ. I'm going to give you 5 tips about info dumping and kung paano natin ma-avoid ang info dumping. Because as a writer, we love info dumping. Like, page after page after page explaining how the world works. Especially mga fantasy writers, I see you. So aminin na natin, ang sarap magkwento ng mga lore, di ba? Ang sarap i-explain ng lore. Ang sarap magsulat ng lore, i-explain yung world. Because tayo may gawa nun eh. Tapos mayabang tayo. Gusto natin pagyabang, di ba? But most of the time, that is damaging our work, di ba? Our creativity, our nobela, di ba? Our craft. It's damaging the craft. Kasi minsan yung novel nagiging textbook na lang siya, nagiging history textbook. Nabubura na yung pagiging nobela niya, di ba? So, here are 5 tips on how to avoid info dumping. Number 1 is what we call the iceberg theory. What is the iceberg theory? Imagine yung iceberg, di ba? 10% lang yung nakikita mo sa taas ng tubig and the 90% nasa ilalim. You as a writer, you know the 100% of the history ng book. The backstory, di ba? Ng bawat character. Lahat yan may backstory. Mga bawat characters na yan. Mga bawat lugar dyan. Lahat yan may backstory. You as an author, you know the backstory of everything. Why? Bakit kailangan alam mo yung backstory ng lahat? Because the backstory, yun yung nagmo-mold ng character. Yun yung nagmo-mold ng image ng lugar. The backstory. And you use that, diba, para mag-create ng character. But that does not mean kailangan malaman ng readers lahat ng information na yun, yung 100 information na yun. No. Most of the time, 10% lang yung alam ng reader. Kasi yun lang yung kailangan nilang malaman. The rest, the 90%, you, the author, the writer, you know that. Pero ang pinapakita mo lang sa audience, pinapakita mo lang sa readers, ay yung kailangan nilang makita. The 10%. So, if tinatawag nung scene yung information na yon, by all means, ipakita mo sa kanila. If hindi siya kailangan, paano mo malalaman if hindi siya kailangan? Pag inalis mo dun yung information na yon, yun pa rin ba yung takbo ng scene? Yun pa rin ba yung magiging reaction ng character na yun? Yun pa rin ba yung magiging outcome ng scene na yun? If yes, if you can remove that information and the story, the flow will remain the same, ibig sabihin, it's not that important. Tanggalin mo. And maybe, you can show it later. Number 2 natin, weave it into the action. So, wag mong ihinto yung storya just to explain kung papaano gumagana yung weapon na yun. Diba? Do not explain the weapon and you stop, you pause the scene and you go page 1, page 2, explaining the weapon. You don't do that. That's info dumping. So, you weave it into the action. Let the character use the weapon and then you show them, the readers, how the weapon works. Diba? Show, don't tell. Instead of saying, the sword glows when orcs are near. Ipakita mo na lang siya yung action ng anong yun, ng weapon na yun. So, ganito. Frodo pulled out Sting and the blade shimmered with a blue light. Diba? Show, don't tell. So, by showing the action on how the weapons work, you explain how the weapons work. Diba? Hindi ka nag-info dump. Alright? Number 3 natin is context clues over lecture. So, most of the time, ito din yung nagiging problema ng mga writers, diba? We think na the readers are stupid. We think na wala silang capability na mag-isip, diba? To find out things on their own, to discover things on their own, diba? Matatalino ang readers. Minsan nga, mga readers pa yung nagbubuo ng sarili-sarili nilang theory about the book, diba? About the story, diba? So, iwasan natin yun. Let us not think the readers are stupid because the readers are really smart. So, tratuhin mo matalino yung readers mo. So, hindi mo kailangang i-explain lahat ng nangyayari doon, di ba? Kung may character ka na nagbayad gamit ang gold dragon coins, kunyari, di ba? Alam na ng readers na ano yun, na currency yun. So, di mo na kailangan i-explain kung sino ang nag-mint ng coins, di ba? Kung sino ang gumawa ng coins, di ba? And all that. Unless relevant siya. Kung hindi siya relevant, again, alisin mo. Kung hindi siya importante. Number 4. The Watson character. This is what we call the Watson character. Pwede kang gumamit ng character. Minsan mo lang gamitin to, huwag mong abusuhin. Pwede kang gumamit ng characters na baguhan doon sa mundo na yon. For example, si Harry Potter. Diba? Harry Potter is baguhan doon sa mundong na yon. And then, using that, diba, magkakaroon ka ng dahilan to use other characters to explain to the character how that works. In my story, Wizards of Terravir, Ray is bago doon sa mundo ng Magicana, sa mundo ng Terravir. And he has Brookbinder to explain things sa kanya. And the other characters, Delphine, Neil, and Elliot, diba? He has all those characters for him para malaman niyo kung how the world works. But use this sparingly, no? Huwag mong abusuhin. Hindi siya excuse para magsulat ka ng 5 page ng explanation about dun sa certain na yun. Pwedeng dumaan lang siya. One time. Mabilis lang. Diba? Again, you weave it into the action. And make the dialogue natural. Number 5. Relevance rule. Bago ka magsulat ng isang paragraph, bago mo sulatin yung paragraph na yan, about sa isang digmaan na nangyari 500 years ago, doon sa storya mo, you ask yourself, kailangan bang malaman yun ng readers? Is it relevant? Or, better yet, tanong mo, kailangan ba siyang malaman ng readers at that moment? Kailangan ba siya? Importante ba siya dun sa scene na yun? Kasi if it's not important dun sa scene na yun, if hindi naman siya tinatawag ng scene na yun, remove it. And then, gamitin mo na lang siya, explain mo siya when needed na siya. So, tsaka mo siya dalhin ulit dun sa mga susunod na chapter. Dun mo i-explain. Pero if in that particular scene, hindi pa siya kailangan, the readers do not need to know about that yet. Do not explain it there yet. Do not show them it there yet. Alisin mo muna and then you put it back kapag kailangan na. So those are the 5 things or 5 tips I can give you about info dumping and how to avoid info dumping. If you're info dumping, that's normal. Every writer, every author is info dumping. Marami sa mga writers ang nag-i-info dump. And sometimes naman talaga info dumping naman. Pag tell and not showing, sometimes is pahinga, no? And you use it sparingly, di ba? And I always say na it depends sa readers mo. If you have your community and your community enjoys what you read, di ba? That's the most important thing. But of course, it is also important to learn new stuff to improve your writing. So if you are info dumping right now, that's okay because you can edit later, diba? You can always edit that work. So if you're info dumping now, then by all means info dump. Pero edit it later, diba? Balikan mo muna yung sinulat mo and edit it, diba? Refine it. Yung mga nagte-tell, don't show ka, baliktarin mo na, show, don't tell, diba? And do not info dump. I hope this video helps. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And kung hindi ka pa nakasubscribe, please hit that subscribe button and share this to your writer friends. In the meantime, see you in the next video. Yun lang.